Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving into the wildest and coolest simulation games of 2024. Some of these bangers have already dropped, and a few are just around the corner. Whether you're into building cities, running your own farm, or flying planes like a pro, this year's lineup is stacked. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's check out some of the most insane sim games that are gonna blow your mind. Let's go. Medieval Machines Builder is a first-person game where you build siege machines and complete missions. You'll be crafting catapults, trebuchets, ballistae, battering rams, and more. Building these bad boys isn't easy. You'll need resources like wood, stone, and rope, plus tools for smithing, forestry, and carpentry. The more complex the machine, the more specialized gear you'll need. You can gather resources and craft your own tools, but it's often faster to just buy them from merchants using gold earned from completing quests and trading. Expeditions, a MudRunner game, throws you into scientific missions where you'll explore rugged terrains like rocky canyons, deserts, forests, and highlands. You'll drive off-road vehicles and tricked-out trucks, navigating brutal obstacles like steep slopes, deep puddles, and rivers. Your main goal? Complete objectives while battling tough terrain. You'll need gear like winches for steep climbs, sonar to check water depth, and drones to scout ahead and find loot chests. Winter Survival Simulator drops you into the icy wilderness of Mount Washington State Park. The game's protagonist is on a winter trip with friends when things go south fast. A bear attack sends him tumbling down a cliff. He survives, but loses his backpack, which is packed with essential gear. Now, with just a few supplies, he has to survive long enough to reach an abandoned ranger station and call for help. It's not just the freezing cold that's out to get you. The weather can flip in an instant, and wild animals are everywhere. Without any weapons, it's smarter to avoid wolves or bears. If one spots you, running is your best bet. In Urban Venture, you can switch between first or third-person view. The game gives you all of Barcelona mapped on a one-to-one scale with its famous landmarks, buildings, sculptures, and parks. You're cruising through the city as a taxi or delivery driver, often racing against the clock. Knowing Barcelona's streets and shortcuts is key to dodging traffic jams, accidents, or roadwork. The game's AI makes other drivers and pedestrians react realistically to things like time of day and weather. Pay attention to conditions too. Wet roads mean longer braking distances, and on hot days you'll need AC to keep passengers happy. Follow traffic laws. Running red lights gets you fined, and not giving way can cause a crash. In Anonymous Hacker Simulator, you play as a hacker from the well-known Anonymous group. Your mission? Uncover the truth behind a shady organization involved in mass surveillance. How you handle that info depends on your choices throughout the game. Most of the action happens on your in-game computer, which gives you access to a web of conspiracies. You'll hack the accounts of public figures with names like Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin, steal confidential data, troll regular users, and piece together clues to reach your final objective. You'll use realistic tools and commands to pull off your hacks. As you level up, you earn cash, climb the hacker ranks, and unlock better software. Every now and then, you'll step away from your desk, switching to a first-person view to move around. The Planet Crafter is a survival game in first person where crafting is king. Your main job? Collect resources to build gear, machines, and a base. There's a big tech tree to upgrade stuff, making everything more useful. At first, it's all about staying alive. The planet's a death trap with harsh environments, aggressive alien creatures, and limited oxygen. You're not the first here, so you'll find wrecked ships scattered around with useful loot. Once you're settled, you can start terraforming, creating oxygen, controlling pressure, raising temps, and getting water using futuristic tech. This lets you expand your base, but also brings new dangers like unpredictable weather. In terms of gameplay, Denizen is a lot like other life simulators. We kick things off by customizing our character, choosing from predefined profiles, and tweaking things like hair length and color. Our character starts out in a small apartment in Cutler, where we can place a few basic pieces of furniture from our inventory. To get more gear, we need to earn cash. Keeping our character's needs in check, fatigue, hunger, hydration, hygiene, and bladder, is crucial. At first, the character has basic supplies to last a few days, but we'll need to shop for more as time goes on. Work is a major part of Denizen since everything in the game costs money. We need to pick a job to start earning our first paycheck. Options include working at a pizzeria, as a courier, or a forklift operator. For those who prefer the shady side of life, there are illicit jobs available that involve mini-games like lockpicking or hacking terminals. Survival Fountain of Youth is a sandbox game featuring over 15 unique islands. Players need to manage their characters' needs, crafting tools, buildings, and transport. At first, you're stuck with just wood and stone, but as you progress, you'll unlock advanced gear like metal armor, gunpowder, muskets, and 16th century ships. You can also level up skills like animal skinning with over 30 species, shooting, and cooking. Watch out for local wildlife, poisonous plants, unpredictable weather, injuries, and diseases like malaria. Each island in Survival Fountain of Youth offers diverse environments, including sunny beaches, swamps, and deserts. Dive into the ocean to discover hidden treasures, find clues from other survivors, and explore ancient ruins packed with puzzles. Ships at Sea is a simulator where you take control of modern civilian vessels and navigate the Norwegian Sea. It offers 3 career paths: cargo transport, commercial fishing, and ship maintenance. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, the game features a vast map and supports cooperative play. In Ships at Sea, everything is experienced from a first-person perspective. The game places you in the Norwegian Sea, specifically in Lofoten. It offers an open world covering 46 by 46 kilometers, with a 1-to-1 scale recreation of the archipelago, including accurate topography and port locations. The game includes dynamic weather that affects sea conditions, an AI system that tracks fish behavior, introducing species like halibut, salmon, and spotted catfish, and an economic model that manages the demand, supply, and pricing of goods. In Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator, you're immersed in a first-person view, focusing on the train crew. You get the full setup from the locomotive to its working cockpit. Occasionally, your chill ride gets interrupted by both external and internal issues. External problems include fallen trees or shifting weather, while internal issues could be a busted engine or something as mundane as a cracked window. When you step out of the safe cabin, like to clear debris or gather crafting materials, stay sharp. The game features a dynamic ecosystem. Predators see you as easy prey and won't hesitate to attack. Plus, there are dangerous folks lurking in the Russian wilderness. In dire situations, your tools become makeshift weapons like a wrench or even a chainsaw. In Autopsy Simulator, you play as Jack, a pathomorphologist. During an autopsy on an unidentified woman, Jack finds a ring that once belonged to his missing wife. This discovery plunges Jack into a challenging ordeal, where he must balance his professional duties with uncovering the mystery of his wife's disappearance, while also dealing with his personal fears and dark influences. You'll work with various cases, performing detailed examinations to figure out the cause of death for each individual. You'll use tools like syringes to collect blood, scalpels, and tongs to access and remove organs. To reach the brain, you'll need to make an incision in the skull. By inspecting the organs and documenting your findings, you'll piece together the cause of death. Thoroughly reviewing each case file will help ensure accurate conclusions. Chornobyl Liquidators is a simulator where you tackle the aftermath of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster. This realistic game focuses on reducing radiation, extinguishing fires, and implementing other countermeasures used after the explosion in 1986. It's all about gritty realism. No sci-fi fluff like in the Stalker series. In Chornobyl Liquidators, you experience the story from a first-person perspective, playing as members of a team dealing with radioactive contamination. You'll step into the shoes of various personnel sent to work near the reactor. Armed with specialized firefighting gear, you'll put out fires, clear radiation, and drive vehicles. With a map in hand, you'll navigate through flooded corridors and break into locked office spaces using a crowbar. In Drug Dealer Simulator 2, you get a first-person view of the action. The game features a massive open world with various towns, villages, and stunning beaches and bays. Your journey starts with buying sketchy substances from shady sources and selling them on the street for a profit. As you progress, you'll attract more customers and suppliers and gain access to higher quality drugs. Eventually, you'll need to purify, mix, and create new substances yourself to ensure top-notch product quality. If you play your cards right, your wallet will start bulging with cash. Isla Sombra's economy runs on 2 currencies, the local money and the coveted US dollar. Invest your earnings in expanding your business, acquiring new hideouts and labs, and upgrading existing ones. As your business scales across more towns and villages, hiring staff becomes crucial. Your employees will take on some of your workload, and by promoting them, you'll build a loyal crew and boost their criminal career aspirations. The Last Alchemist takes us into a fantasy version of 17th century Europe. The Inquisition, gaining power and labeling alchemy as heresy, is cracking down on anyone digging into its secrets. Unfortunately, the main character is a young adept of this forbidden art. After his master's death, he inherits the Imperial Star Observatory and is determined to continue his studies despite the world's prejudice. Our goal is to help him make it. While testing, watch out for accidents. They can happen easily. But it's totally worth it because leveling up lets the hero boost his skills like running faster or jumping higher and farther. These new abilities open up previously unreachable areas, granting access to new reagents. As we advance, our encyclopedia fills up, making our knowledge and experiments more organized over time. Space for Sale offers a top-down view for our interstellar adventure. We'll traverse diverse planets brimming with both awe and peril, including tough weather, hostile flora, and fauna. As we explore procedurally generated worlds, we'll gather resources and tackle their harsh conditions to make them habitable for our clients. Our goal? Build residential properties and sell them for a profit, then move on to the next planet. Despite the aggressive local wildlife, we shouldn't jump straight into combat. Instead, by observing and taming these creatures, we can learn how they've adapted and use those insights to enhance our buildings. Our findings also allow us to tweak our tech, getting us closer to dominating the entire system. KitHack Model Club lets us build our own rides and machines. Whether you want to stick with standard planes, boats, and cars, or go wild with crazy hybrids, it's all up to you. We've got tons of parts to play with, from wings and wheels to engines and paintball guns. Plus, you can paint them any way you want. Keep in mind that the game sticks to real-world physics, so how you design your machine impacts things like aerodynamics, hydrodynamics, and wheel friction. Every tweak changes how your machine performs. Test your creations in the open world of Wirraway Bay. You can tackle challenges or just explore the scenery at your own pace. UBOAT for PC and Switch blends Silent Hunter's mechanics with Fallout Shelter's style. Commanding a submarine goes beyond just maneuvering and launching torpedoes. As captain, you'll dive into the crew's daily lives, tending to their needs, assigning tasks, and managing their well-being. Each sailor is a unique character with distinct traits and issues. Over time, they might even challenge your authority. Crew reactions vary to your decisions, so maintaining discipline is key. But being overly harsh can mess with their mental state, leading to internal conflicts or even espionage. Aside from managing the crew's physical needs, providing food, and ensuring they get rest, their morale directly affects their combat effectiveness. UBOAT isn't just about submarine operations, it's a sandbox game that lets you choose your course. This freedom extends to crew management, but be aware that some choices can have negative outcomes. Crime Scene Cleaner is a first-person stealth sim where you play a mob's cleanup crew. Your job? Clean up crime scenes by scrubbing blood, using pressure washers with different attachments, and deploying air fresheners to mask odors. Before each job, you can pick your gear, whether it's mops, pressure washers, or air fresheners. But that's not all. You also have to dispose of bodies. Race against the clock to finish before the cops show up. If you're running out of time, you'll need to ghost your way out and avoid getting busted. Wild West Dynasty throws us into a massive open world where we experience life in the Wild West from a third-person view. We tackle various missions, chat with neutral characters, and make choices that shape the storyline. As we explore the expansive land, either on foot or horseback, we hunt for treasures, uncover secrets, and face dangers like wild animals and outlaws. But that's not all. We're also tasked with gathering resources which help us survive in this tough environment. Meat from hunted or raised animals can be eaten or sold, and we need to build and expand our headquarters. To transform our farm into a thriving town, we must attract pioneers and set up essential infrastructure, including saloons and stores. Over time, we can trade with other settlements, establish trade routes, and organize caravans, while keeping an eye out for bandits that might target them. In Satisfactory, you step into the shoes of a Fix-It Corporation employee, diving into their cutting-edge research and tech ventures. As part of the Save the Day program, you're dispatched to a remote planet to execute the top-secret Project Assembly. Your mission? Build a massive automated factory complex. You'll experience the game from a first-person view. With a 30 square kilometer open world to explore, resource hunting is key to constructing buildings, devices, and production lines. Exploration isn't just a side quest, it's essential for gathering what you need to expand and optimize your factory. Project Castaway kicks off with us drifting in the water after our plane goes down in the Pacific. We managed to reach the nearest island, equipped with nothing but a backpack and a survival guide. The backpack is our starting gear for storing collected resources, while the survival guide is our expanded crafting system. The main objective of the game is to survive at all costs. We scavenge resources from the beach to craft items needed for survival and exploration, like a raft. The game's challenges, such as create a stone knife or build a palm bed, are especially useful at the start. They introduce the game mechanics and help us survive the first few nights. MechWarrior 5 Clan has us piloting massive mechs on missions across various planets in the inner sphere. The landscapes range from jungles and deserts to city streets, canyons, and swamps. Each mission pits us against fierce enemies, making combat a real challenge. The game has strong simulation elements, so expect the mechs to be slow but tough, packed with a ton of firepower. Mastering these walking fortresses takes time, and we need to coordinate with our squad and assist them when they're in trouble. Customization is a big deal here. We can tweak our mechs with a variety of weapons, gear, and clan upgrades. Before each mission, it's crucial to check the planet's conditions and adjust our mech to fit the environment. Farming Simulator 25 drops some epic new content, including fresh open maps that take us through East Asia's rice fields, North America's wide open spaces, and Central Europe's scenic river valleys. This new release also adds crops like 2 types of rice and spinach, plus farm animals like buffaloes. The 2025 version throws in new buildings, production chains, and specialized machinery. Gameplay sticks to the classic formula from earlier games. You manage a farm, make cash, and use it to build new stuff, upgrade what you've got, and snag top-tier gear for your farm. Farm&Fix lets players step into the boots of a farmer. You get an open world with day and night cycles and dynamic weather. Random events like accidents and crop disasters keep things interesting. You can grow different crops like rye, wheat, and hemp on specialized fields. The game also lets you create an orchard, growing fruits like apples, plums, and pears. Sell your harvest to earn the cash needed to keep going. SimFabric's work gives you the chance to drive a bunch of accurately modeled vehicles, split into various types. Equipment can break down and needs repairs. Each machine has parts that you can replace. Buy new or used parts from the shop, affecting the equipment's lifespan and your budget. Truck Mechanic Dangerous Paths takes you on an epic journey through South America. You play as a truck driver navigating treacherous frontiers, hauling various goods. Along the way, you'll face numerous challenges, with your rig breaking down being the biggest headache. Maneuvering through the game means tackling South America's rugged landscapes. You'll drive through muddy roads, rocky paths, and narrow bridges spanning rivers and canyons. As you might expect, navigating these terrains is insanely tough, and one wrong move can spell disaster. To make things even more intense, you'll also have to deal with shifting weather conditions and a real-time day-night cycle. The Altars features 2 distinct gameplay layers. The first layer involves managing your mobile base, viewed from the side, much like in This War of Mine or Fallout Shelter. Here, Jan takes on his tasks with the help of his clones. You create alternate versions of Jan in the Womb, a powerful organic sphere. Crafting these altars involves making decisions about their backstories, up to the crash landing personalities, abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. To thrive, you need to build altars that meet your current needs or plug gaps in your crew. Jan also needs to keep positive vibes with the altars, who can interact with each other, often clashing. You'll expand the base by adding new modules like kitchens, bedrooms, labs, and other essential rooms. Resources are crucial for this, which leads us to the second gameplay layer. In the Altars, you explore the surface of an alien planet from a third-person perspective. Traverse atmospheric zones and gather valuable resources. Some areas are off-limits due to high radiation, so to restock, you'll often need to put in some serious grind and tackle unforeseen challenges. Alright fam, that's a wrap for today. Let me know in the comments which sim game you're hyped about, and don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more awesome content. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.